Hey everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. So in today's episode, I am bringing you guys yet another massive showdown. This time, I've got the Death Troopers going up against an army of zombies. So we have 500 of the Death Troopers going up against 30,000 zombies. It has been a little bit of a trend to do that on my channel, to put up all of these elite units up against zombie hordes, and I hope you guys have been enjoying that. But if you have suggestions for any sort of scenarios, make sure to leave those in the comment section down below. But before we begin, the like goal on today's video is going to be 360 likes. We're gonna come around the full circle. What's up, haters? But anyway, let's not hesitate anymore and let's just get started. So if you guys remember from the last episode, we had the stormtroopers going up against a horde of zombies. So we had 2,500 of the stormtroopers going up against an army of 50,000 zombies. Unfortunately, if you guys have seen that video, spoiler alert, the stormtroopers have been defeated simply because they quickly got outflanked by the zombies, which was basically their downfall. They were doing kind of alright from the very beginning, but as soon as they were outflanked, that was it. The stormtroopers were gone. But as you guys can see, the Death Troopers have already opened fire, so it's already looking kind of promising for these guys. Like I said in previous episodes, the key to success in this game is high fire rate. If you have high fire rate and high range, essentially you can win against any sort of force in this game. And as you can see, the Death Troopers are already doing a pretty good goddamn job at stopping these zombies. It's gonna be very important for them, obviously, not to rush too close to this massive horde, as well as making sure they cover their flanks so they don't get outflanked. Because if you guys already know, the zombies, every time they kill somebody, that unit then turns into a zombie themselves. So it's gonna be kind of interesting, and if you haven't already, then make sure you place your bets in the comment section down below. I mean, it is looking kind of promising for the Death Troopers already, but you never know. The tide of battle, as we have found out from previous episodes, can change at any point. And we finally have a battle which isn't a complete slideshow. Finally! That's the thing. I tried to find a good balance between doing massive battles and making sure that they are still enjoyable to watch, because I don't think anybody wants to sit here and watch gameplay at 2 frames per second. These Death Troopers are now getting harassed by the zombies. They are getting a little bit close, and we just witnessed the death of a Death Trooper, and then he turned into a zombie himself. Basically, a beautiful butterfly came out of the shell of this Death Trooper armor. I almost keep saying Stormtrooper every time I want to address these guys, but I need to remember not to do that. They managed to kind of hold all of these zombies back. They pushed them far enough where the zombies don't have the opportunity to flank around, really. If we look on this flank right here, as you can see, a unit of just 4 of these Death Troopers are now basically holding off against this zombie invasion. I have a feeling one of them is about to die and a zombie is gonna pop out of his shell, because that's one downfall of these guys. They get too close to all of these zombies, then they just get whacked and then they turn into the zombies themselves, which is not very good. Let's go into cinematic view and let's see how the entire battlefield is looking. I have a feeling not a lot of the Death Troopers have made it to the front lines just yet. And I mean, just look at all the projectiles. Holy shit, look at the background there. There's so many zombies just laying dead on the ground. These guys are actually very accurate, and the range is very far. If we look at the numbers, the Death Troopers already managed to go through half of these guys. And I've never seen kills so far from the front line. These guys are good. They're really goddamn good, and they've only lost 22 men themselves, which is very interesting to see. And just look at the distance between those Death Troopers and this massive zombie horde. It's not like anything we've seen before. I think it's fair to say that this battle is pretty much over for the zombies. It's just a tiny little force, and they can't even get close enough to do any sort of significant damage to the Death Troopers. The range on these guys. First it's the fire rate, then it's the range, and that is the unstoppable combo. Actually, what happened on this flank right here? The zombies have managed to kill the 4 death troopers that were defending this flank, but I don't think they're gonna be able to sneak their way around. These guys have their eyes open all around them, and as you can see, they're already shooting at the flanking force. So I don't think that flanking force is gonna be able to do anything, any sort of significant damage to these death troopers. And look at that, these guys are pretty much dead. They're all motherfucking dead. All these death troopers are now making their way closer to finish off what remains of all these zombies. And I mean, all these zombies aren't even trying to flank around anymore, because they're all down to this tiny little blob right around the corner. I think this is the last zombie that's going to get shot right here. Here we go, and they're all dead. So the first battle goes to the death troopers. Kind of a massive advantage. How many men have they lost? 24. And they've been attacked by 30,000. I think these death troopers are definitely a nice match for the Spartans. But let's move on to battle number 2. Welcome back, everybody, to battle number 2, and this time it's gonna be rather interesting. We have the final stand of the death troopers. There's only 100 of them this time around. They're outside the city, so essentially it's a battle in an open field up against 30,000 of the zombies. But before we begin, it's all up to you guys to leave your comments down in the comment section, betting as to who you think is going to win this final stand. Is it going to be the 100 death troopers, or is it going to be 30,000 of the zombies? Let's begin and let's see what's going to happen. Honestly, I want to say my money is not on the death troopers, but we saw what happened with 300 Spartans up against 100,000 zombies. They managed to pull through, and if we look at the numbers, technically, if you would multiply this by 3, which would make it 300 of the death troopers, that would be going up against 90,000 of the zombies. So technically, it's a very similar scenario to what we have with the Spartans, but on a smaller scale. So let's see what's going to happen. I just enjoy seeing so few of these death troopers holding off against such a massive horde. Such a massive invasion force, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling very optimistic for the death troopers this time around, but I mean, hey, we've seen miracles in these episodes before. So I don't know. It's entirely possible. It's still anybody's game. Look at all these zombies trying to make their way to kill the first death troopers. They've managed to do it, but look how many of them it took to even reach this guy. I think this is going to be the next victim. This guy right here, you might want to, you know, retreat, buddy. I know you're meant to be this badass death trooper, but listen, not everybody has big balls, okay? That's fucking political correctness, microaggression against people that don't have big balls and that aren't brave, okay? How dare you? How dare you stand there being brave and all? Around the outside of the battlefield, there's plenty of zombie corpses. So they're not only doing damage to the front lines, they're also doing damage towards the edges of the battle. But this is the problem right here. This is the problem. The zombies are slowly making their way around the side of this forest. So I mean, if they manage to break through here, that's going to be the end. I mean, we saw this happen before. This can quickly spiral out of the control for the death troopers, and the battle is going to be over. But so far, so good. They're managing to hold their line. They're managing to hold their numbers. They've only lost, I believe, 2 men, which is quite good considering that it looks like a fourth or maybe even a third of the zombie horde has been wiped out at this point. It looks like almost half has been wiped, and the death troopers have only lost 3 men. I think they're gonna do it. I think this is another one of those miracle battles where the death troopers are going to surprise us, which is just unbelievable. So I decided to speed up this battle just to see how it's gonna play out. And holy fuck, look at this. They've actually managed to form a little bit of a hill with all the dead zombies, and they're hiding behind it. They're using it as cover. I don't know why they would, seeing how the zombies can't fire back at these guys. Oh, holy fuck, they're just gonna plow through these. Like, there's no tomorrow. The zombies can't do anything to them. I mean, I'm pretty sure the zombies only hit for like 45 to 50 damage per hit. So they would have to hit these death troopers quite a few times to kill them. And it looks like they're just getting butchered right now. I enjoyed this guy, how he's just standing on top of the pile, just not caring about anything. Now he has a companion. What the fuck? Now there's 3 of them. Soon all of them are gonna rush over this hill and fight all these zombies. This is insane. This is awesome to see, though. We have a little bit of trouble over here, as you guys can see. This is not looking good. These guys have to be eliminated right now. Otherwise, these death troopers are not gonna last. Come on. You gotta eliminate him. You gotta kill him. Kill him! Uh-oh. This is really not looking good, is it? Shit. Imagine if these 2 zombies are gonna be responsible for the downfall of all of these death troopers. Because right now, they've almost managed to wipe the entirety of the zombie horde. But this flank is causing them a little bit of trouble. Obviously, they just have to wipe the remainder of the horde, which I think they're actually going to do. Let's be honest, I don't think these zombies pose too much of a threat right now, seeing how now they can fully concentrate on them. And for some reason, they're missing. I'm getting very confused right now. What is going on? They can't eliminate them. What? Is this all of a sudden gonna change into defeat? Is this gonna change this entire battle? 1 zombie made it through. This is not happening right now. What the hell is going on? How can you not kill them? They're right in front of you. There's only 5 of them. Oh my god. We're gonna lose this. We're actually going to lose this. Are you kidding me? I mean, can they not shoot at point blank range? I think the bullet trails just go through the zombies if the zombies get too close. Maybe that's why the zombies have such a massive advantage whenever they make it to the front lines, or whenever they manage to outflank the enemy. Fucking, why is that? What? I don't even know what to say. Here we go. Here we go. And they've done it. Holy fuck. They were down to 8. 8 death troopers. They almost lost it because of 1 zombie that made it around the side. That is unbelievable. That was possibly the biggest cliffhanger battle that we've had so far. Holy shit. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this battle and you would like to see more, then make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're gonna have a wonderful day, and holy crap, that was kind of an intense battle.